Welcome to International Hawk Migration Week. Today we are presenting, this time we're presenting two birds at once. Both are Harris hawks, and you can see the difference here. I have a female, her name is Salsa, and Kelly has,
Lobo, and he's a male, so you can see the size difference between the two.
and females with birds of prey are always larger, usually anything up to 1/3 larger than the males, and they are also always the dominant ones. They rule the roost basically. And Harris hawks here are unusual in many ways. Another reason why both of them are here because they are family oriented birds. They live and hunt in big family groups, usually 3 to 7 is probably the most common. Up to 19 birds living together has been found. And the babies, once they grow, they can stay with the family group up to 3 years before they move on.
So actually, something interesting about them as far as hawk migration week is they don't migrate. So the fact that they lived in a family group, they stay together, they'll continue to live in the same nest. They have the perfect climate that they want, found only in the United States in the Southwest. So they don't go to any of the cooler climates. They'll go further south down into Mexico and South America, but because they have a perfect climate, they actually do not migrate. So
And they hunt, like I mentioned, they hunt in groups. They have different hunting methods. They hunt, if it's an aerial hunt, they have one leading the hunt, and then if they get tired, somebody else takes over until they catch the prey. They can also do a little ambush. Somebody from the group walks into a bush where they know there's, for example, a rabbit, and flushes the animal out, and the other ones jump on the prey. So they have different unusual methods of hunting, and all the food is shared. Uh, Salsa here is now 12 years old. The reason why she cannot be released back into the wild is that in a family group like that, she would not survive, simply because she came to us as a fledgling, almost ready to leave the group, and she was found on the ground, and she has what's called trichomoniasis or canker that affects always the mouth area, the roof of the mouth or the throat area, which means that there's this protozoan that grows there. It kind of shuts part of the throat so that they have difficulty swallowing their prey. So in a family group that hunts together and eats together, she would not be able to consume the food as fast as the other ones. So most likely she would starve to death, unfortunately, in a group like that. So that is why she is staying with us.
So being that they hunt and stay in a family pack, they're known as the wolves of the sky. So here we have Lobo. He's our wolf. Lobo came to us actually with a right eye injury, and he was a juvenile, quite young. So that kind of prevented him from having his time out there to learn how to hunt. So he will stay with us due to that.
And like I mentioned, you can see the size difference. It's quite remarkable. As I mentioned, women always rule, just like with humans. They are the dominant ones and more aggressive ones, just like with humans. And um, in the wild, the alpha female, would lead the whole pack. Sometimes there may be a second in command who is also a female, like her lieutenant basically. And after that, there is the alpha male who runs or rules over the male, but he might be the third in command. So there's a specific hierarchy with these birds, and they also have other unique features like stacking. And Kelly's going to tell you about stacking a little bit.
They've seen it, especially on the saguaros here in Arizona and out in the desert. They will stack on top of each other. So the position that was kind of taken, a little bit more horizontal, and a lot of times the one on top seems to be maybe the alpha female, but they'll stack sometimes more than one bird up, and they're still not really sure if it's a dominance only or if it's kind of for hunting. Gives her a higher lookout from up on top of a saguaro to see where there might be food, if they're watching for food maybe.
And a lot of people from other states come here just to take pictures of these birds since they are only found here. The majority of Harris hawks are found in the United States, are found right here in Arizona. You can find them also in like New Mexico and Texas. But they come and take pictures of these very unique looking birds. As you can see, the coloring on these guys is really beautiful. It's kind of rust colored, brown, reddish, and the clear white rump and white tip of the tail. These are fairly easy to identify if you are taking pictures. And there you can see the wingspan a little bit that she was showing. So really unique birds, really beautiful birds. And I think that's about all the time we have with these birds. And so we thank you for joining us for the International Hawk Migration Week, even if these birds don't migrate. And these are the Harris hawks. Thank you.